Good morning, Kabroda crew. Welcome back to our live stream. Hopefully, y'all are doing well today. Had a little bit of a down run since this weekend. A little bit of a dropout after yesterday. But a nice run up this weekend. If you didn't already watch the weekend recap, make sure you go check that out. See what we were thinking over the weekend. You can see where the battle box was kind of looking at and what kind of levels we kind of had, and also just get a little bit of trader knowledge over the weekend of our TA, I guess, over the weekend. But yeah, had a little bit of a dropout yesterday. Looking like we're kind of hitting that 1 hour 21 right now, sitting right there on it. We're going to push past it. We're going to drop down to this 200. We'll have to kind of check out the battle box, see what's happening. We are above our 4 hour 221, so that is a pretty bullish sign. We're going to see if we can continue this little bit of an up run we've already started. Seeing that little bit of flag forming here, so we'll see if we can continue from that flag or if we end up breaking down. Seeing a reversal. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. I guess we can kind of jump into it. We got our battle box updated over the weekend, so now we're ready for a little bit to actually use it. So we'll throw battle box up there. You can now you can click this generate today's DMR again, and it will come up with the different things telling you how to do it. If you haven't already watched it, then you'll see we got the 4, 1 hour, 15, and 5 minute charts we have to take a screenshot of. If you do have a quad view, you can just do one screenshot, but we're going to do all of them individually, so you can see just even if you don't have the more expensive version of TradingView, you can still be able to do this. You can do the FRBP data, 24 hour, and also the morning ones. We'll show you how to do those. And then you got 30-minute candles, high and low, and then the last thing is that news screenshot. So we're actually going to go start with the last thing. So I'm going to head to Google basically, and we're going to look up cryptocraft.com. Yep, this right here. I'm going to go to today, which is the 28th, over here on the left, and then this will be all of our news for today. So one thing to note with the government shutdown is whenever it says tentative, that's basically impacted by the government shutdown, so they're subject to delay, revision, or cancellation. So just make sure that you're watching for that. It's not going to matter for most of them I've seen, they're mostly low or medium impact, so it doesn't matter too much to us. But yeah, there is one today. Again, yellow, it's low impact, so it's not anything I'm worried about. Go ahead and get that screenshot, and then we're going to head back to our trade view. And actually, we're going to head back to our GPT, head back here, and we'll upload our picture. And then we're just going to go through and get all of the different things. So I'm going to start at the top and go down. That's probably the easiest way to do it. So 4 hour, 1 hour, 15, and 5 need new screenshots. So we're going to go back to our trade view. I like to have my chart cleaned for this. It doesn't really matter, I guess, that much. But cleaner the chart, the more the battle box can kind of see without any interference. So zoom out, and then we'll double click here, and that'll get us autoed on the chart here, so you can easily see it. And we'll do that for all of our indicators as well. So we run the MACD, the RSI, and the Stoch's RSI, and then also some moving averages. You don't need all of the moving averages we use. You you can just use the 200 and the 21 here. As for, I think with the free version, you only get like 1, 2, or 3. If you take off the volume or something like that. So if I was gonna just pick 3 of them, because we do have 4 here, I would pick probably the average lines, the RSI, and the MACD. Stoaches are good, but not 100% necessary. So if you're going to just try to use the 3, these are probably the most powerful ones and the best ones to kind of get used to, especially if you just have the free version. Alright, we'll get that screenshot. So for screenshot on Windows, it's Windows key, Shift, and S all at the same time. And that'll bring up your snipping tool, and you can just go ahead and get a screenshot. You just kind of like pull it down, and that'll get a screenshot. You can also set it to take a screenshot of the full screen. Whenever you're back here and you go into the screenshot mode, there's a little thing that pops up at the top, and you can change how the screenshot takes. But for this, we'll just use the normal one. Just click and drag, easy. We'll just get all 4 of these. Sweet. So that is all 4 of our screenshots here on the GPT now. And then we're going to go ahead and get those FRVP data and then get the 30-minute high and low. One thing I am going to do is type FRVP levels, and then I'm going to put all the levels below this. So starting with the 24-hour, volume very high, POC, POC, and volume very low. And then morning, same thing, and volume very low. And then we're going to do the 30-minute as well. So 30-minute candle, high, and low. So now we have a place to put all of our levels in, nice and clean looking. So if we do have any mess ups, we can just go ahead and look at this and say, oh, we screwed up here, or oh, we screwed up here. Just makes it easier for you. Honestly, you don't have to do this. You could just kind of just type volume very high and then just put it in the level and just have them all like just in a line. This just makes it easier for us to see, and it makes it look a little cleaner. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go grab those. So going back to trade view, I'm gonna go to the 1 hour chart for this, makes it the easiest. And at the 1 hour, I'm gonna go down from the tools on the left. I'm gonna go from the crosshair down 1, 2, 3, 4, click over, and then go to fixed range volume profile. And this is the tool that we're going to be using for this. And we're going to go to yesterday at 7. So yesterday would be Monday. And we're going to go to 7 in the morning, all the way to 7 today. And this will be our first set of levels. These are going to be the 24-hour levels. If you don't already have them set up like me, you can see over here on the object tree on the right, which the object tree is going to be this little square button over on the right side of the screen. But in my object tree, I already have FRVP levels and have a bunch of them set up in here. So I can just go ahead and turn these on, and you can see I got some rays here all set up with them all labeled and everything. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. It's just Alt J to get one of the rays, Alt J to get a ray, and then you're just gonna go ahead and go through the different settings to kind of change them to make it the way you want it to look. And then if you want it over here, you just kind of organize it. We have a whole video on our channel covering how to use the object tree. So if you are interested in using this more often, or don't know how to use it, or just want some tips, make sure you check that out. It is pretty informative. But I like to use it over here just for these kind of levels. Makes them easy to turn on and off, especially when they're in a folder like they are. And I'll show you another tip real quick here. So once we get these done and lined up, normally what we do is just go into settings, and this is basically what we're going to do. But another nice way you can do it, so instead of clicking on the line, because sometimes these lines are kind of hard to click on, or you end up moving them, you can go over here to where it says 24-hour, or wherever your line is, I guess, in your object tree, and you can double click on it, and it'll open up the settings. So normally I'll open up at style, you'll just go to coordinates from there, and then you're just going to copy that, and we're going to paste it in the corresponding area over here. So we're at the volume area high, and then we're going to go grab the POC, and then the volume area low. Boom. So we got our 3 different levels here on the 24-hour. Now we'll move to that morning one. It's more or less the same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to turn off our 24 hours, turn on our mornings, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab that FRBP zone that I already drew on here. We're going to click on the back side of it and drag it all the way to 3 o'clock this morning. So from 7 o'clock yesterday to 3 o'clock this morning. And then I'm just going to go ahead and line up my lines here. Same thing. Zoom in, make sure I got them close. And as I always say, if you're not 100% on, it is going to be the resistance and support, which is what we're drawing on here, is going to be a range anyways. So even if you are off by a little bit, you should be more or less in the range anyway, so not to worry. Looks like we already broke out of our volume area high. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, we're going to go through and grab these. So double click, copy it, and paste it into our morning. And then we'll grab that volume area low last. If you all do want the levels from today's stream, we will be posting them on X, along with a little bit of a daily market recap type thing. Kind of just a post we do almost every day. So make sure you check those out if you want to get the levels. Check out our X account. Make sure you follow us. All right, next up, we're going to go back to trade view, go to that 30-minute candle, or 30-minute chart, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off my lines again. And then we're going to go to the 7:30 candle. And if you already are in your object tree, the easiest way to kind of find the high and the low for that candle is you're going to go to data window, and then right below the date and the time, there's another box right here that says open, high, low, close, change, volume. We only really care about high and low, so the numbers over here on the right are going to be the ones that we're looking for. If you don't know how to find that or can't find it, then the top of the screen, there's also a high and the low with a number next to it, so you can use those as well. Or you can try double clicking. So double click and then hold on the second click, and it'll bring up this little box like this. Doesn't work for everybody from what we found, so I'm not sure if the couple people it has worked for is they turned on settings or what, but that's why we also think this is the easiest way to do it. So over here we got the high and the low. So 114.99, man, that was massive move. 114.998 is our high. Wait, no. 114.467 is the high. 14467. And for the low, we got 114.118. Alright, so now we got all of our levels on here. We got our different high and low on here, as well as the preliminary highs. Or, sorry, well, yeah, I guess we do have those, but we have the full FRVP levels on here as well, 24-hour and the morning ones. And then we got the different time frames on here as well as the news. So we'll just go ahead and send that in, and that should be ready for DMR. Have to see what's kind of happening with the market today, see what kind of trades we could take. It's going to take a little bit to think today, I guess. Sometimes it is fast, sometimes it takes a little bit. Not sure if it's like an AI thing, like servers get overloaded, or if it's just how it works. I don't know. If you do want to use this battle box here, you can go ahead and it's like telling me what it's doing. Sorry, that's new. If you don't even use our battle box system, we do have a link in the description for our battle box AI. It's completely free. You can go ahead and use it whenever you want. Check it out, see what you think about it. Let us know how we can improve it. We're always trying to make it better. And you can also ask questions in any of our videos or in our chat here on the live, and we'll go ahead and answer it for you. We're always here to help, whether it's TA or just questions about help with our AI, just setting stuff up. Alright, here we go. Thought for a decent little bit there. Must have some good information for us, I guess. Writing it in a weird format, but it's whatever. We could figure it out. Normally it has like a nice, like big. I guess. Yeah. Once it gets done, we'll see if we can fix that. So the nice thing about AI, and with our AI as well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, any AI, but you can ask it questions as well. So if you're confused on how to write some questions, or how to like figure out what to do with it, you can just go ahead and ask it, like, oh, I don't understand this, or oh, can you help me, like, oh, I forgot how to do the FRVP levels, can you help me to do those? You can do stuff like that. So basically what I'm going to do is say, can you make, well, that's not caps locks. Can you make this easier to read? There you go. So this is what we're kind of looking at. I'm going to go ahead and use the TA from here though. So we're just going to go through the different charts first and kind of see what the TA is kind of saying about them. With the VattleBox TA, and then also I'll do a little bit of TA on all of the charts. And then we'll kind of come back here and look at the battle plan on the battle box as well, and see what we're looking at for the day, see what kind of trades we're possibly going to hit. It does look like it's going to go up, but we'll see. So I'm going to head back to TradingView, head to that 4 hour, and that'll be the first chart we're going to talk about. The battle box says that price is riding just above 21,200 SMAs, pullback and consolidation under the local highs. So that's bullish. That's what it's saying. All right. So that was pretty short, actually. That was pretty short battle box little thing there. So TA wise, this is how we're kind of looking at it. So you can see we got that break above the 200 here, and then we retested it. So that means we flipped this support here. That was the 200. Came up, bounced off of it. So now we are flipping it officially. Starting to get that breakout here above to the upside again. We also made this nice little flag pattern here as we did that. So we did break out of that and see if we can continue up. If we continued from that flag there, that would put us at a target around 118, the 118K area. That's kind of what we would be looking at. MACD did start to flip as we broke down here, but as from since then we have flipped now, and you can see that the red has now turned to pink, which means we lose some of that momentum, and we're starting to flip back to the upside. RSI wise, we are actually getting near that overbought area, so we could see some possible a possible breakdown here, flip on the RSI. So that is a little sketchy, not something I'd be completely worried about right now because we do have some room to move up before we flip. But it is something to be mindful of. Stoches are at the bottom, so looking for an up run there. Not too worried about stoches on the longer time frame. They're just not super relevant, and they're not the best indicator for this kind of thing. A lot of times they just kind of follow price action. So you can see like, oh, we broke down here. Oh yeah, look at the stoches also just broke down here. So not too worried about that one. Watching a 15-minute break and hold alone, 114,875. So Spirit Maker's watching that. Yeah, break that 200, hold it. Alright, so we're moving on to that 1 hour. The battle box says higher lows intact, prices above the 21 and 200, and momentum is recovering. Also a bullish chart. So for the 1 hour, you can see that same kind of TA. We got that breakup, that flag forming right here somewhere. Not the prettiest flag, obviously, but a flag nonetheless. Got that breakout. We actually broke through our 21, so that is a good sign, showing that we're not going to continue down to the 200. MACD wise, we just got a flip here, so we're looking for some more upside. We got about 4 candles already. Typically, these can do about 8 before you see that flip to the other side. RSI as well is also seeing an up run here, so looking for a potential up move. Stoches are actually at the top and looking for a down run. Again, not too worried about it. Stoches are not the best indicator for for the chart, typically on the longer time frames. Alright, so we'll move down to the 15-minute to kind of check out what Spirit Maker was talking about. So we got that flip above the 200, nice strong candles, 2 of them actually, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on my lines again. And we actually are getting that break above the 24-hour volume area high, which is kind of what I would have been looking for, that retest flip of resistance for our potential trade for today. Again, not financial advice, but that'd be potentially what we're looking at for our trade today, is that flip of the 24-hour volume area high. We are getting that break up here, so you can see that MACD just flipped bullish. The RSI is also flipping to the upside. We are getting near that overbought zone. So potentially looking for a turnaround here. Maybe a pullback, maybe a breakdown. We'll see. And the stoches are actually exploding to the upside, almost in that overbought area as well. So that is something to watch out for. Stoches are more relevant on the 15-minute and smaller time frames. So that's something to be mindful of for sure. Not the end all be all, but still something to be mindful of. All right. The battle box, by the way, does think this is a bullish chart. All right, moving on to the 5. So for the 5-minute, the battle box says we're above the 21 and 200 SMAs. The Stoch is overbought and expected a small cool down before more of an uprun. All right. So you can see we got that break up here above the preliminary high, which we were just talking about. Now we're looking for that possible flip and coming around, maybe see a little bit of a candle forming, stay above that 114.875 area that Maker is talking about, and then we'll continue to the upside possibly. You are seeing the MACD already through almost its 8 candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're actually at 9 candles right now. So that is a little bit nerve-wracking, I guess. You can see a flip here pretty soon. You can also see the stoches are at the top overbought area, and then the RSI is in the overbought area as well as the stoches. So looking for a down run or a down, at least a little bit of a flag to form for a little bit of a down run here on either of those. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. So we'll head back here to our AI, and I'm going to go ahead and type in, let's just take this actually right here, generate a battle plan. Ooh. All right. Spirit Maker says we are close. Current 15-minute candle above the 114.875. Then we just need 2 candles on the 30-minute to hold above. Go to the 5-minute for entry with a target of around 119K. Yeah, that's kind of what we were saying today. But I guess I said 118K, but 119K is a good target too. Close 2 candles on the 30-minute. Or are you saying, you're probably saying 2 candles, like 15-minute, which would mean if you had 2 of them, we'd do 30-minute. Hold above, then we go for 5-minute entry. Target around 119K. Sweet. So we'll kind of be watching that. So that'll be probably like 9:30 or 9. Well, no, that'd be about 9 o'clock before that will happen. But we'll have to be watching that. Yeah. 2 15-minute candles for a total of 30 minutes. All right. So this is kind of what we're looking at here for the battle box. So you can see we got a little level map here. Go, no go checklist, stuff to watch out for. Things that would make us not take the trade or take the trade. Entry timing, target and exits, readiness timeline, cautious tips. And you can ask for a teaching edition, so it'll simplify it and kind of help you out on kind of seeing like what we're thinking about. I actually kind of open that up. We'll see what we're looking at. So Let's do the teaching edition. See what we think. So you can see, you get a little bit more information on the different levels and why they actually matter. So the volume area high, 24-hour volume area high, fires finished here yesterday. Strong brace if price drops. POC balance point where most trades happen. Holding above this keeps us bulls in control. 114, 118 to 114, 678, the 30-minute candle range. So we got an early session chop area, shows where today's battle starts. Yeah, you can kind of just go through all the different levels, what they actually mean, especially just for today, kind of what we're looking at. Go, no go checklist. So, what to check. So, just different things to kind of check, and if they are working, then let's do it. If not, then no go. So, as for price between the SMAs, neutral zones sit out and align resolves. That's kind of what that's for. And then here's the entries. So kind of what we do if we're taking a long or short, purely for educational purposes only. Wait for the stoaches RSI to cool off. It's currently overbought. Wait for KDFs below 60 and currently up above the D. Once the rest happens and price 3 holds above 114,500, look for a small flag to break out or retest. Entry would be 8:45 to 10:30, so that'd be falling in line for that 9 o'clock range we were kind of talking about after the confirmation. And we got a stop loss below 114, 150. Short, if BTC closes below 114, 253 twice on the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart aligns both SMAs, then we'll wait for the stoaches RSI to test upwards, then roll over, and we'll throw our stop above 114, 150. Targets. So for long, so these are targets that it's throwing out there. For us, we already said that 119, 118, 119 level. But for it, it's saying we got that 114, 925. Obviously, we're already at that or above that right now. And then the next one would be 115, 200. And then, yeah, get out if we break below the 21 on either the short or the long. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. If you want to make your own, make sure you go and check out our AI. It is on there, so go through it, check it out. Maybe build your own levels. You can build your own one of these battle plans, kind of see what we've got going on, see what trades are possible for today, and yeah, feel free to ask it questions. It's willing to answer them. It's just an AI, so you just ask it whatever you want, and it will answer any of the questions. Even if you think, oh, these are stupid, it doesn't really matter. It'll figure it out. It'll tell you, and it'll try to help you out to become a better trader, and that's what we all want, anyways, right? Also check out our recap for today. It's posting at 10, so that'll kind of go over yesterday's price action. Kind of just show us, or kind of just help you kind of see what's going on today by going over what happened yesterday. That's kind of the idea of the recaps. So check those out, learn some CA from those, and then kind of apply it to today. But yeah, other than that, we don't have a lot going on. Just kind of waiting for those candles to kind of close, see where we're kind of sitting at, see if we're going to get that break up or if we end up breaking down here. Breakup is the more favorable decision today, but that doesn't mean you can't break down. It just means that's kind of what we're looking at. yeah, other than that, thank y'all for coming. Happy trading to y'all, and we will see y'all tomorrow at 8 a.m.